Welcome back to Bibliophiles Audiophiles. Today we have an episode that is a little bit different because in this episode we actually have an interview that was pre-recorded that will be attached to this episode. It is When You Celebrate Christmas. It is a musical story by Keith Cockrell, who we met at Something Book Fest. There's not really a description because the words in the description are just the words on the cover because the cover is shaped like a Christmas tree. But it is a story about the real meaning of Christmas. It is 38 pages and is a very short and cute read. It is on Kindle Unlimited and it is $9.99 on Kindle.
So for reviews, it's a brand new book, isn't it? Okay, well anyways, reviews, there's not many of them. We'll start with Storygraph. There are 2 reviews, average ratings of 3.5. On Amazon, average rating is a 4.7 out of 5. Let me go back to Storygraph. There was no written reviews, so we're just going to gloss over that. Oh, so the publication date was July 29th, 2023, so that's this year. So there's not many reviews on it because it's still a fairly new book. So for Amazon, the rating I'm going to read is going to be this 5-star rating. It says, "This book is a wonderful retelling of the Christmas story. I definitely plan to read it again right near the holidays. It makes you feel so much spirit and understand the real meaning of Christmas." And then on Goodreads, the average rating on that is a 4.20. And the review I'm reading off of that is a lovely retelling of the Christmas story, the hustle and bustle of Christmas shopping, the school nativity play, and the real meaning of Christmas. And that's that.
Okay. James.
There's some spoilers coming up, sweetie. You better cover your ears.
What's your first note?
I've actually never been to a mall with a Santa because our closest mall is an hour away and very run down. But there's only 4 stores in it.
That's Decatur, right?
Yeah.
You haven't been to Parkway Place, though.
Is that one in Huntsville?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if there is a Santa, but I'm sure there would probably be one in Huntsville.
Mm-hmm.
But I've gotten pictures taken with Santa, too.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, so cute. I was scared of Santa.
I think every child is actually terrified of him. Like, as much as they love him, they're always terrified.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're getting shoved on the lap of some stranger with a white beard.
Yeah.
Who they're claiming to be Santa.
Yeah.
You know? So, a little
There's
scary.
this mythical man that we've always told you about. Touch him. And they're just like,
And then when I'm older, it was really fun because I used to work in a mall.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd see Santa and I'd wave because it was really cute. Mm-hmm. It was really sweet. But they'd have this whole setup, like this little thing. Mm-hmm. And they have Santa's chair, photography stuff and everything. Like, they went all out last time I was at the mall I used to work at, where they even had a little scale that you stand on and it'll tell you whether you're naughty or nice. Like, it was a whole
goodness, that's cute.
Whole little thing. But anyways, I have. That's the answer to that question.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. One of the things I wrote is that I feel like this is the kind of story that's better for a younger audience. Mm-hmm. And the only reason why I say that is because there's a lot of, like, younger slang in the story that's used a lot. And for me, I don't relate to it as much because...
You're old?
I'm old. I just turned 26. Like, I'm at the age where some of the slang that people are saying nowadays, I have to Google because I don't know what it means.
Oh, I'm there. Yeah, like, I'm 23 and
I still get confused with cap, no cap. Like,
really?
It's bad.
Okay, I understand that one.
But that's... I feel like the younger audience would, appreciate it more. And also, because they need to be reminded of that. Because a lot of kids, like, nowadays, they get spoiled with Christmas being, like, about Santa and getting presents and stuff like that. And they really need to...
It's not really as much as, like, giving and, like, the nativity scene where Jesus was born and all that.
Yeah.
As someone who's raised very religious, like, that is very important in my family. Mm-hmm. What's your second note?
I wrote, I do believe everyone needs a savior. Because I remember they mentioned something about needing a savior in the book.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since I read it. Mm-hmm. And by a minute, it's been like a week. But I've read like 3 books since then.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone needs a little help sometimes, I guess, is where I was going with that. You know, you need to be reminded of stuff. And you do need some guidance in life.
My next note is, personally, I dislike musicals, but I found this one really cute because it reminded me of Christmas programs that I sang in at church growing up.
Well, the thing with this is I kind of dislike songs in books.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I say that is because I can't hear it.
Yeah.
You know, I could read the words and it gives poem.
Yeah.
But it's not giving song because I can't hear how the lyrics are supposed to sound or the tune or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, when I did a radio drama for my college, I wrote out the lyrics, I think, for my radio drama.
Yeah.
And the person who was singing it didn't know how it went, so I had to sing it, and she had to repeat it back. So I was pretty much just like the reference vocals for it. It was the cheesiest song ever. But bottom line is, in any kind of book, like even like the Hunger Games, it reminded me of that, because there's a song in the Hunger Games, or actually a couple
like
in the series.
Mockingbird, Mockingjay, whatever that one is.
Yeah, so I couldn't hear it in my head, but that's the only reason why I don't like it, is because I can't hear it myself.
Yes.
But they were cute. Another thing I wrote is that I never really grew up with religion as a big part of my household, because, you know, I'm a Yankee.
Yeah.
And so some of this stuff was a little hard for me to relate to.
Yes.
Because it's not something like there's still stuff, like, I understand, like, I guess the basics of what's written in the Bible, but I don't understand everything.
Yeah.
So it's hard. I'm still learning, and it's hard for me to understand it all.
Yeah.
And so
I can get that, because, like, I've been going to church since I was 4. So, like, I 100% understand everything, and I probably understand it more than the average person. But it's kind of weird knowing someone who doesn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Like, for some reason, growing up, I just assumed everybody knew everything about the Bible.
no, not me. Like, the last time I was at church was with our mutual ex.
Oh.
And he took me to church with his mom and sister.
Like, once or twice?
That was once with the mom and sister.
Yeah.
But he's taken me to church like 1 or 2 other times. And he actually asked if I could watch the Easter, sermon?
Yeah.
So he asked me to do, because they do live streams of it.
Yeah.
And it's on YouTube. And so I watched that. It was actually pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But prior to that, and mind you, this was like 2020, 2021 that he and I were dating. I think the last time I went to church, I probably couldn't even tell you, because I don't even remember.
Yeah.
It's been years prior to that.
It's been a few years since I've been, because, like, having kids, and every time I want to go, everyone's sick, and so we don't end up going. But I do randomly, like, read the Bible a lot, and I do try to pray daily. But I really I don't know if you've ever read parts of the Bible. It is very interesting to me. It doesn't matter, like, what book I go to. It is always interesting.
In parts of, like, some sermons, do they read parts of the... Sorry, my phone just went off.
Yeah, usually, it depends on what church you go to, but a lot of them, yes.
So, pretty much when I went to church with our mutual ex.
Yeah.
That's the only time I've really, really actually read it.
I should get you a Bible.
Honestly, I asked him to give me one, because, like, I know there's different versions of it.
Yeah.
And back when
I
thought...
King James Version, or the New King James Version.
Well, back when he and I were dating, I was like, I want to be able to connect with you, so get me the version that you read.
Yeah.
And he was going to, but he never did. And
I'll get you one, baby. As someone who's been fretting about bills, especially with kids, the message of not stressing about money and remembering the reason of the season is needed.
Yes. That's one of the things, that's one of my last few notes is... it's true that a lot of people forget the meaning of Christmas.
Yeah.
I think that's...
Because, like it said in the book, like, the hustle and the bustle, the holiday, and you just forget that it's all about family and about worshiping God and just spending time together.
Yeah.
It's not about what you get somebody or how much money you spend on it.
Do you have any more notes? Because I have one last note.
I have one more.
Okay.
It's not really a note, it's more like a ending.
Well, my note is that I really love the connection to Peanuts. Like, it's referenced a lot. And this book is really short. It's referenced a lot. Mm-hmm. And I really like the connection to Peanuts because it made me feel very nostalgic. Because
it did me too. Because I remember, like
watching the movies.
I remember reading it on Sundays because, like, my granddad got the Sunday comics. And he would always, or Saturday comics. And I was always there on Sunday mornings. So he would let me read them after he read them. It was so sweet. But my next comment is, this book is a wonderful short read and a palate cleanser. I would recommend this to anyone who needs a little reminder of the reason for the season.
I wrote, well, mine's my reasoning for my rating.
Yeah.
I gave it a 4 out of 5. And that's mainly because, like, I'm not a religious person, so there's stuff that, like, I couldn't really relate to.
Yeah.
But it really was a cute story, and I agree that it's definitely something, if you need a little reminder,
yeah,
it's really good to have.
I feel bad. I gave it a 3 out of 5. I will explain why. For one, the songs, because again, you can't hear them, and so it was kind of confusing. I was trying to sing them, actually, in the way that I thought that they would go, but it was probably not accurate at all. But another reason is that it's really short. I don't like short books. I like long books. It felt very rushed.
That's fair. You know?
If it was longer,
I like details.
I feel like I would have enjoyed it a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree.
I agree. I agree. I
I
agree.
like I like short books, but I also like longer books.
Mhm.
And we've read a couple of short books lately,
Mhm.
and I like them because palate cleansers. Like we just
They
got finished
are
with the
long
Knock 'em
palate
Out
cleansers.
series.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
it was.
But having those short books kind of just
It's kind of hard getting in a book hangover when we have a podcast because like you have to keep going.
yeah.
And so like I got in a book hangover after the Knock 'em Out series for a while. It was hard for me to get back in anything else.
Yeah, so
Do you have buzzwords or comments, ma'am?
I already said them with my rating.
Oh, okay. My buzzwords are short, biblical, and festive.
Cute.
Cute. It was very cute. I probably would add that one too. Wow, you actually have a buzzword.
Yeah. Anyways, now that we're done talking about the book ourselves, we're going to transition over to our little interview with Mr. Keith Cockrell. How are you doing this evening?
Oh, I'm still having a very interesting life.
I can relate to that. Yeah. Yeah. You said in an earlier email that you're retired. Are you having fun?
Um, no, I don't know if I can. Well, I'm having fun mixed with difficulty and all kind of other things.
Oh
But
my
still
goodness.
fun. Yeah. Just hey, just life is just regular life. I
Yeah.
don't have to go to work anymore. But I have other things I have to do.
I understand that. Yeah.
So one of the things I noticed in the book, because we both have read it already,
Oh,
is
thank
that you
you.
reference Peanuts a lot, the Peanuts comics. Is that
Yes.
something you really enjoyed or enjoy?
I actually draw my own comic strip. It's called Reb.
Oh,
And yeah, I've always enjoyed Peanuts, and it's like the street preacher in the book says, um, that's right out of my life. Um, when Linus came out, when Charlie Brown asked, "What is Christmas all about?" and Linus responds with that passage from Luke chapter 2, it's like, yeah, I realized that. And I memorized the passage, and I had my kids memorize it too. Oh, Dad, you know, to their great disdain. But yeah, that actually happened.
Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
Where did you find your inspiration for this book?
Um, from Peanuts, and from just my walk with Christ. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, just just being a Christian.
Do you have a favorite biblical story?
Favorite biblical story.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know. I like a lot of them.
I know that's about how I am too. Yeah.
Yeah, my uh like I read through the comic book Bible with my kids when they were small doing talk to daddy time. So when they would get home from school, they had to have talk to daddy time. And I think now they're starting to realize that talk to daddy time wasn't so much stuff I wanted to say to them as I just wanted to hear what they had to say about their day. Um,
Oh my gosh, that's really sweet.
oh, I love
yeah.
that.
That is very sweet.
Oh, but I found that going through the comic book Bible like that, it gives you a real quick overview of what the Bible is all about and the major stories in the Bible.
Yeah.
So I love a lot of them.
You know what? Because I'm from the North, I'm a Yankee. I didn't really grow up with religion that much. So I feel like that's something I really need because I understand some aspects of the Bible, but not a lot.
Mhm.
So if you can send me that comic, that'd be great because I want to learn more about the Bible and Christ and all that.
Right, right, right. It's like I say in another book I'm working on called "We Win." It's like in a little track I have. Um, the greatest thing that ever happened happened here on your home planet, and
Hmm.
that's the way I mean, it was so fantastic that the folks who live in heaven actually stopped what they're doing and said, "He did what? He became one of them?" For real? I had to stop and come and see. so, so yeah, it's a fantastic story.
Well, good. Do you have a release date set on that yet?
Oh, we win. Um, well, right now, when you celebrate Christmas, I'm working on rewriting the play because when you celebrate Christmas actually started out as a play. But when my friends at Paper Raven Books saw it, um, they had me rewrite it as a short story. And they pointed out that a short story is written in first person
Yeah.
And from a particular person in the story's point of view. So I rewrote it, and that causes me to have to rewrite the play. So I've rewritten the play, and I have like 3 different versions of the play now, and that's really what I'm working on. Now, so far as the new play, We Win, I'm a singer-songwriter.
Mhm.
So what I've written is actually kind of the skeleton of the story with the intro to the different songs that I want to use in the story. So I'm not really finished with it yet, but I've kind of mapped it out, but I'm not actually working on that one right now. I'm actually working on a book of poems and posters called Poems That Can Be Sung.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Actually, We Win is probably, I don't know, a year or 2 down the pipeline.
Okay, so you have like several projects in the air at the moment then.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah,
that's good.
yeah.
Congratulations and good luck.
Mhm.
Did you all the songs that are in the book, are they real songs that you've written?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
In fact, they came before the story. I wrote the I wrote the short story as a venue for the songs.
Okay.
Oh, kind of like I forgot the term for it, but it's like those musicals that pull that they write the musical based off of the album, kind of like how Mamma Mia is, which is all based off of like ABBA songs.
Yeah,
Something like that.
exactly, exactly.
Okay.
Uh,
Where can we tell our followers to find your music at to go along with the book?
well, I mean, I have been amazed by the fact that people read the book and a lot of times they don't even ask about the songs. So I've been happy to just let it go that way.
Mhm.
Um, I've had a really hard time really getting it out the way that I would like it out. So even though I have all the songs recorded, they're not out right now. You know, I
Okay.
actually have 4. I actually have 4 albums that aren't really out right now, but I'm working on it. I mean, I sent the um, the copies and the layout of the songs to my co-producer like in March of last year, and just somehow it's not getting done. Um,
Okay.
but, but I am working on it.
Okay.
And you can find some of them online. Like my publisher suggested that that from Thanksgiving to the end of the year, I do TikTok. So I hired someone to help me do TikTok. So actually, all of this, all of the songs should be on TikTok now.
Okay. Can I offer you a suggestion? Is that okay?
Please do.
Okay. We recently read a book and the author had created her own, what was it? Playlist
On
for,
Spotify?
yeah, for the books on Spotify. And
Okay.
so she had 4 or 5 books in her series and they each had their own Spotify playlist and we're mostly on Spotify. I'm pretty sure you can upload
Yeah, I have
whatever.
a friend from college. I don't know like the logistics of how to do it, but he has his own band and he uploads his own music onto Spotify.
Yeah.
So
So you could put it on Spotify and create your own album. And then at the end of the book, you could put a QR code like this other author did because it helped us find her playlist.
Okay.
So that way it
Okay.
might help get your music out along with the book being read.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I will
Well,
definitely
thank you.
consider that.
What's your username for TikTok? Because we'd love to share that on our, well, on here and then
No.
also on Instagram.
Oh no, I don't know. I'm 67. I'm retired, and I really didn't know. So when she said that, I hired a tech guy to do that for me. Uh, and 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 um, and I really do not remember how how we did that. But
Okay.
it has to be under Keith Cockrell, and I'm on Instagram too as Keith Cockrell. So I would just
Yeah.
it's just it would be fairly easy to search. I mean, it is terrible. I mean, like I post and nobody really follows me. And but I don't even look at them. You know,
Yeah.
That's
I
fair.
retired and I I got I did a couple of things online, and then I did art storefront, and I just got so tired of the internet and passwords. I mean, I've been
That
to
is very understandable.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just worn out. So I really every day that I do not have to get on the internet, I'm just happy. You know,
Well, we're
every
sorry to drag you out.
well, you're different. I'm actually talking to people on it, so it's different. But I did Kingdom Builders Academy, Christian Music Mentors,
Yeah.
and two other, and then I got a website on Art Storefront, and they gave me 3 different passwords. And I mean, I
Oh my goodness.
right. I went to seminary, but I got so tired of passwords that if I had to take the sign of the beast in my forehead, not to do another password, I was thinking about doing it. You know?
Whatever would work. Yeah.
Yeah, that's hey, hey, if you're a Southern Christian, you understand how serious it is taking the sign of the beast in your forehead. But I mean,
Yes, sir.
so many passwords, and you have to.
It is so many. Yeah.
Man,
Right, I mean,
if the phones didn't like automatically keep you logged into a lot of stuff,
mhm.
I'd be lost.
I would be too. Absolutely.
I hate it when it'll log me out of something and I'm like, well, damn, I don't remember what my password is, and I'd have to go searching for it because I have it locked away in a
Exactly,
notebook.
Yeah.
exactly, exactly. And I just got so tired of it that
Mm-hmm.
for like the last month, it's like, hey, if I had actually, I was spending so much time on the internet that I wasn't writing. So, I mean, I just cut back on the internet and Facebook and all of that. And now I'm writing again.
Well,
So,
good. I did the same thing, but with reading. I don't think I would have the right capacity to write. So,
Me too. That's because that's why I really like reading on like Kindle and such,
Mhm.
especially if it's on my phone, because then I'm not using my phone while
Yes.
trying to read physical books or on like an actual Kindle. I can actually just focus on the book.
Yeah. Another thing that I just thought about, some of your books are on KU, or is it just the one?
it's just the one.
Okay.
Like I said, I retired at the end of last year, and my first thing was getting my first book out, and it's
Yeah.
really just a short story, and somehow the publisher didn't have hard copies of the book, so it's like the last month I've been trying to get hard copies of my book.
Yeah.
So, but that has got me set up so that by the next Christmas, I plan to have at least 4 books out. Uh,
Good.
the Gift of You, Poems That Can Be Sung, and and probably the play When You Celebrate Christmas,
Okay.
It's very cool.
with all 4 albums that I have done.
Yeah.
The first one is Love You I Do, and it's out there somewhere. I mean,
Okay.
I did that at least 10 years ago,
Yeah.
and with Tape Music Group in Oklahoma City. And they're the people who kind of discovered When You Celebrate Christmas. It's
Yeah.
like I sent them my copyright book and they saw When You Celebrate Christmas in my copyright book. So, and they were really interested in seeing it. So that's how that got started. But my
Good.
first album is Love You I Do, and it's out there somewhere.
Have
I
you
think
always
that
wanted
got
to
in.
write, or is it just something you discovered after retiring?
No, 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 no. It's like when I was a little boy and I didn't know the words to the songs, uh, I made up my own words. That was the beginning of me as a songwriter. So I've just,
Oh,
right. I mean, uh, I didn't know, and I tried to sing them anyway. Uh, my
yeah.
my aunt says at my first birthday party, I stood up and tried to sing Happy Birthday. She said, I said, Appa Baba, ooh, ooh. You know, so,
It's the thought that counts.
right. So
A for effort.
it just kind of comes naturally.
It
Um,
does.
like, like I was singing at work and somebody said, well, you must be happy today. And I said, well, no, not really. If I wasn't a human, I'd probably be a songbird.
Oh, that's
Right.
really sweet. Well, if you, not if, when you get more workout, let us know. And I believe that we would make room
Sometime in our schedule.
sometime. Yeah, we have through April planned already. But
Okay.
if you, when you do release more, email us because we would love to read it.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
I think one last question I think that I have is, so I think it was your wife that we ended up meeting at the Summiton Book Festival, right? And we exchanged information through her.
Yes. Yes. My beautiful wife, Darlene.
And my question is, how did you like the Summiton Book Festival? And do you plan on returning next year when they set up their festival next year?
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was wonderful. I think she did a wonderful job with the book festival and everything. I mean, she sent me a review, and I'm like, you know, I couldn't think of anything to suggest that she could do better. You know, so I thought it was wonderful.
Considering it was their first event ever,
Exactly.
they did
Exactly.
amazing.
I think we were the
Right.
same when we were filling out that surveys. There really wasn't
Yeah.
anything that we can think of that
No, they
could have
did
been better.
great. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So they said that they're already planning on October again next year. So will you be attending again next year?
Um, I hope so. I mean, I don't know. Um, but yeah, if I'm available and I don't have anything else scheduled, I
Lord
certainly
willing.
will be there.
Of course.
But hey, I'm praying and working toward having at least 3 more books, and I'm and I think that between When You Celebrate Christmas and Poems That Can Be Sung, I'm hoping to be booking myself and doing promos and different things. Um, so if my schedule allows, I'll certainly be there.
Well, good.
Mhm.
And if we can ever help in any way, let us know.
Thank you so much.
I think that's all the questions that we have. Is there anything
Okay.
else you'd like to talk about before we head out?
Um, well, can I do a poem?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now this poem is in the hard copy of the book, but it's not in the copy that's actually online. And
Okay.
it's How Can Christmas Be Merry? Um, you see, Christmas is the time when people take the time to enjoy their families. We're laughing, feasting, playing. We celebrate so happily. We are working extra shifts so that the people on our list can have their Christmas wish. But, oh, and yes, it's love we're bringing with every Christmas gift. But how can Christmas be merry if we miss the best gift of all? How can Christmas be merry if we miss the Savior's call? How can Christmas be merry if we miss God's perfect gift? And that's just the first verse of that particular poem that can be sung.
Wow.
Please don't miss the first best gift of Christmas. It's the best thing ever. Complete forgiveness, perfect righteousness, and the addition of the divine spirit to the human soul puts you on the road to being your best possible self forever.
That is a very important message, especially for this time of the year, right before Christmas, when
Yes.
everyone's crazy with the shopping and the stuff.
Right.
So that's very important to remember.
Mhm. Thank you so much.
All right. Um, yeah, I think we'll stop here. Thank you. And
Mhm.
when you release more books, make sure you let us know because we would love to review them too.
Oh, I certainly will.
And thank you for taking the time to hop on with us and have a little chat with us. We really enjoyed it.
All right.
Okay, well, thank you and Merry Christmas.
All right. Merry Christmas to you. Bye-bye.
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 All right, well, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode and hope you have a very Merry Christmas.
And if you're another author out there who'd be interested in doing a little Q&A session, you can shoot us an email.
We would absolutely love it.
Yeah, now that we've, this is our first one and we got an idea of, how this works, we can probably try to start doing that now.
Definitely, I would love to. I actually have one lady that reached out. She's one too, and she's excited about it. So I told her we'll see how this goes, and we'll reach back out to her. So we are definitely really excited to be opening up the podcast more and to be introducing new segments and stuff.
Because I think it's also going to really help because it gives them exposure and it gives us exposure at the same time. So
Yeah.
it's like a win-win kind of situation.
Follow for follow.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, well, we have an email at biblioaudiopod@gmail.com.
And we got an Instagram at biblioaudiopodcast. And something that's also really new is we got a website now.
Oh.
Ooh. It's biblioaudiopod.com. We got the .com. Right now, there's not too much on it because I'm still working on adding content to it. But what we're going to start doing is having little blog posts about episodes. So you'll see a collage that we usually post on Instagram. And then the title of the book and trigger warnings and some highlights from the episodes, plus our buzzwords and ratings, and then links to get to both the Spotify and the iHeart episodes. So then you can kind of get an idea of what the episode is, what are some things you'll see in it, and then you can click on it and go listen to the episode if you're interested.
And share with your buddies.
Plus, we also have a little shop on there. Right now, we only got one product, which is book earrings.
Ta-da!
So you can check those out, and they're customizable. So you can just leave us, you'll see it on the listing.
Yeah.
Tell us which one you want, and Lydia will make it.
Yay!
So that's that.
Okay, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bye-bye.
Bye.